Hey, what is up everybody? Blades here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and doing the build guide for Yoshitsune, seeing that this persona is very much so popular and a lot of people have been requesting it recently. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to enjoy the video and let's dive straight into our Compendium series. Now, if you're not familiar with the Compendium series, it's pretty much me doing builds for every last one of these personas. The next one that we're going to be doing is going to be Bishop Mountain, but right now let's focus on Yoshitsune. Now, Yoshitsune is one of the few personas that a lot of people have been looking forward to for a very long time here, not only just because of its popularity, but it's one of the few ways that you can make Wonder into a wholehearted DPS. This persona itself is fully DPS oriented, and although we do have a lot of other DPS related personas, this one really makes it very easy and optimal for Wonder to be a wholehearted DPS. He's not going to do, of course, more than future characters in their damage markers, but he still will do a lot where he is needed, which there is a ton of content that Wonder will end up being specialized in, whether that's SOS at times for his boosting, field boss, and even some for at least the event cycle. But to build this guy, it's going to be kind of interesting, but it all gets started with the passive. The reason why the Yoshitsune itself is so good is because of Victory Foretold. This increases the crit damage value by 34.9%, in which goes up as we keep going. At overclock 1, which we're really just going to be looking at 0, I guess you could say here, at the start of the battle we gain 1 gorilla type aspect, or at least stack here. This is usually called ambush, so I'm going to try to refer to it as ambush inside the video so you guys kind of understand what I'm talking about here as well. But whenever we're dealing damage with a unique skill, aka the primary skill that they're going to be using a lot, you're then going to be doing a 30% chance to then get one of these stacks. By getting these said stacks, it increases your attack percentage by 7% per each stack, and it goes to a max of 8 and has it for whole 2 turns. But at the 8 stack, which is the main thing that goes about this, you do get an increase in your unique skills crit rate by 10%. As you see, everything is revolved around crit rate and crit damage, and that is a huge deal when it comes down to Yoshitsune itself. And it's going to correlate to its unique skill being the Hasao Tobi. Now, Hasao Tobi, it deals physical damage to all foes equal to 15% of attacks by 8 whole hits. So you're going to get hit 8 different times, of course the enemy will be, and you'll get 15% of that physical damage. But it increases its damage by 5% for each foe, up to 15%, which is pretty darn interesting as well. Nothing too bright about at least the highlight, but it's still nice to see those are the main things that you want to focus on this character. The question is, how do we build the guy? Well, you guys kind of see exactly what I have on him right now, so if you want, you can very well pause the video or either just take a screenshot and click on off. It's honestly up to you, but if you want to understand why I'm using these, of course pay attention a little bit more. Now, some of these characters or some of these skills will end up being on the persona, or at least a couple of them will end up being on the persona. It's just like Brave Blade, Zeodyne, Terakaja, but they're not going to be the skills you want to use. Instead, you want to take all of those guys off and focus on these that you see on my screen. The first one, which is probably one of the more important ones here, is going to be App Pupil. Now, App Pupil itself, you of course can go down to like 3, 2. You don't need to go for 4s, you guys. This is long-term type builds, so getting up to 4 is a huge deal. But by getting App Pupil, it increases your critical rate by a max of 8.1% if you get it at 4. If you try to get the benchmark of at least 2 or 3, at 2 you're getting 5% for App Pupil critical rate, and then at the 3 one you're able to get this by 6.5%, which is pretty darn helpful as well. The places where you really can get some of these, if you wanted to get App Pupil in general 4, you would want to go ahead and inherit a couple of skills. These inherited skills, of course, are going to start off with the man Thor, and Thor is going to be a fairly interesting one. So to go ahead and find it here, press the attack little area, and that will be App Pupil 4. You can get this from both Neberos here as well as Thor. I would advise a lot of you guys, if you really wanted to save some of your what's called some of your currency, try to get it from at least Neberos first, because there's 2 skills on Neberos that is going to be useful for Yoshitsune. One of them being, of course, App Pupil 4, and the other one being Attack Master. So being to go ahead and knock out 2 of these in one go would be a decent suggestion. You could either go for the Thor seal or go for the Neberos seal. I would definitely say the Neberos seal is probably your favorite one to go for, and that would be perfect to get rid of those 2 skills. That next skill that you want to go ahead and try to focus on is going to be the attack boost. Attack boost itself, it increases your attack by 13.5%, and then of course if it is lower in the future, let's say you only can get tier 2, the third attack boost boosts you by 13, well the third attack boost itself boosts you by around like 10.8% if I'm right, and then the second attack boost boosts you by like 8.3%, which really isn't too bad. You're still getting a decent amount for it. It honestly just comes down to what you want to do here. Now, if you were like me and you want to go ahead and get these skills for yourself as well, attack boost itself can actually be gained through a couple characters. One of the few ones is going to be Oberon, in which is one of the more expensive. As I did say, for the 4th seal, you're able to get some nice things, though Oberon is the only one that gives the 4th attack boost out. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and get the 3rd attack boost to get this actually built correctly here, you will want to swap to these 2 seals. Now, Okinushi is pretty darn good as well, seeing that you're able to get a attack boost from it. The only downside here is you do have to fuse this persona, so if you don't have the materials to fuse this persona, this might not be the one that you want to go ahead and focus on. As for Cerberus here, this one's a little bit better because, as I did say before, there's going to be times where you can't get that 4th stat. Well, with Cerberus here, you're able to kind of knock out 2 with 1 stone once again. Attack boost 3 and attack master 3 are both on this seal here, allowing you to get both of them out of the way at a cheaper cost as well. The only way that you can obtain this metal is either by farming it as well, or either going ahead and trading it. For about 1,000 purple little trade-in items here, you can gain them just by grinding the higher level dungeons. So either just doing that or exchanging them out, both of them are going to get you this seal. Let's try to do this one the most. I think it's probably going to be the best one for you guys to focus on, especially if you're looking to scratch out 2 more skills on your bucket list. Now then, our next one that we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Battle Acumen. Now, Battle Acumen is level 3 for me. You do want to have it level 4 at the max being 10.8%, but we have it at 8.7%, which is pretty darn decent as well. Now, Battle Acumen is just going to overall help out Wonder's whole damage here. The lowest I think you really want to go is like Battle Acumen 2, which is 6.7% increased damage, and it does make a decent difference here. So if we go ahead and check out exactly where we can get this from, you want to immediately look for the actual, what's it called, the one that it goes under here. If I remember right, this one was like a hard one for me to find specifically. So what I'm going to do instead of, we're just going to go ahead and type it, because this is one of the few ones that I actually have to go searching for on here. Seeing the name is a little bit different, but if you want 4, you would have to be looking for Lakishimi. Now, this is a little bit different. Okay, this one is one of the few that you have to fuse. It is very annoying to do so. I did not have freaking materials to do so. As you guys can see, there's a ton of things that you have to go for. I just didn't have it, so I was not going to do it. But the good part about doing this here is you're able to get this out of the way and be done with it. Now, on the off chance if you're like me and you do not have the rewards to do so, you could very well try to focus on 3, because I'm being so honest, if you dare trying to get this from Koryu, it's just not worth it. Don't try to get the 4 from Koryu, only focus on this one itself. But if you're going for the 3 one, which of course, go ahead and click this on off. If you're going for 3, you have 2 choices here. You can either go for Kushinada, which is a decent one as well. You get Agility Master off of it, though we're not really going to be using Agility Master on this persona, so it might not be worth it. You can very well exchange it out as well and go farm it, so that is a plus to it. Or you can go with Barong. Now, Barong is one of the few that is pretty interesting as well. The only thing that's useful on it though is going to be Battle Acumen. The other ones are not really useful for Yoshitsune. This was like a debuffing type persona. Of course, you could get Nocturnal Flash and be very useful from it, but it honestly comes down to you. Now, both of these you can very well farm, though the reason why you want to go for most likely Barong is because it's a little bit cheaper. So if we go ahead and look at the exchange shop, you have the blue ones that are 625, and you have the purple ones that are going to be around 750. Well, if we look at the actual dungeons that we're going to be doing here, Barong itself is not only trying to give us a little bit of a guarantee for 60 of these, but we already get 160 of these coins, as well as or up to 320 of these coins. Well, if we go ahead and take a look at Yoshinada, Yoshinada is a little bit different. First of all, it's oh sorry, not Yoshinada, Kushinada here is a little bit different. We're getting the weaker currency being 360, which is, although it is nice to do this, of course it's a little bit more nice on your stamina. This one takes 50 stamina instead of 60. It's a little bit weirder because then you're getting the lesser currency, which is not the one that's going to be very good for higher type dungeons. If you can see, as we go down, the lesser currency is going to be the one that you're getting, though you're going to be looking for more of these type of seals up here for these stronger attributes. So why not farm these stronger in these dungeons themselves? So I would recommend you guys going ahead and going for Barong. Seeing Barong is helping you get purple coins from the higher level dungeons. So of course, if you just wanted to say screw it, hey, I want some of these blue personas anyways, I need some of them, such as like Dakini, who's actually very helpful, you can very well farm that dungeon as well. But I do suggest you guys go for the Barong seal and actually get some more of those higher level coins. Now, I almost ended up forgetting, we have 2 more to go over here. Well, at least 1 more that is very important here. I was just about to do the outro, but we have we have now the physical bonus. Now, physical bonus is another one that we want to look at for Yoshitsune here. I only have the bottom of the barrel for physical bonus. I think we have 2, and then we have pinpoint 2. Both of these are really good that you want to have persona on here. Physical bonus here at 2 is at 6.7%. And if you get it at 3 and 4, you get 3 is 13%. Well, sorry, 3 is 10.8% and 4 is 13%, which is pretty darn interesting as well, or something around that. I have to make sure because I know for a fact I wrote, oh, I'm looking at my 5th one. Now that is the actual mistake on my pinpoints. Okay, so my bullet markers were wrong there. My mistake, guys. 3 for physical bonus is 8.7%, and then of course 4 for physical bonus is 10.8%. The 5th one later on that it gets added in is at 13%. So we're not going to talk about the 5th one. We're just going to be looking at 3, 4, and 2. And then the same goes for pinpoint. Pinpoint I only got at 2 here. This one's actually very important as well, because since we're critting so much, we do need to have that crit damage. So we're at 10% crit damage here, but at pinpoint 3, you get 13%, and at pinpoint 4, you get 16.2%, which is also very helpful. Now, one of these personas, or at least one of these skills, are going to be able to be gotten pretty darn easily here, and that's going to be the physical bonus. Now, physical bonus, for some reason, always is just not able to be found. I'm trying to figure out where the heck, but I need to go ahead and look for this guy because I was looking for it earlier and it got lost. Here it is here. But we have the Fizz bonus too. Now, Fizz bonus is very easy to get. You really only need to get these 2 seals, and they're very cheap on your pockets if you want to. 250 blue coins, pretty decent. But if you're a person who's trying to be very optimal, of course, getting physical bonus 3 and 4 is probably what you want to go ahead and look out for. So let's go ahead and click those 2 to see where we get that. And I'm trying to find out where it went. It literally just slipped my eyes every single time this happens. I'm trying to like actually do this on camera. Here it is. We got 3. Now 3 here is from Dakini. Now Dakini is one of the best ones that I suggest a lot of you guys to go for. You very well can go for Valkyrie seal, which is also a decent one. Valkyrie is probably the best for your buck, seeing that you get both physical bonus 3 and pinpoint 3. Only problem with doing this is another fusion persona. If you don't have the fusion ones, you're going to be kind of out of luck with this. So of course it is going to be a little bit harder. So that's kind of up to you if you want to go for it. If you want the most bang for your buck, this is probably the best one to go for. Though Dakini itself is one that you can grind up as well as trade in with repression medals. Just by going ahead and doing this, you're able to knock yourself out just on at least a physical boost, which is pretty darn nice. Now, if you wanted to go for anything such as what's called pinpoint 3 and pinpoint 4, this is where things get a little bit more I guess say in depth. Once again, Valkyrie seal is probably going to be the best one to go for because they can knock out both in one go. But you also can get pinpoint 4 from Quetzalcoatl, and then you're able to get it from the power seal as well here, which can help you out in the attack master as well. Being able to get both of these out the way is pretty darn nice. And if you check on what it is, it's another fuse persona. This one's a little bit cheaper than the other persona as well, so you can knock out both of these if you want to, but it's honestly up to you. These are your main decisions. I wouldn't suggest doing Seth or either Yamada no Orochi. Both of these are very much so expensive, so you might want to just go around instead of these guys. Try to focus on mainly Valkyrie and power, and I think you'll be in a good shape. This one's pretty darn decent, so if you want the 4th one, you very well can go for that seal as well. But now that we've talked about everything regarding Yoshitsune, I did have a couple bumps along the way. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I was looking at my notes there and I think I just got confused with my TW notes, and that's probably what happened with my percentages. So I do apologize for that once again. But if you guys like videos like this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, everybody, peace on out.